Okay, we are now recording. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Talk It Out with Tahsha and Renee, 20-minute breakthrough sessions. You can get onto my YouTube and find the rest of these. There will be 20 total. I do believe this is number 10 or 11. I can't remember, so I apologize. But feel free to go ahead. Yeah, I can't remember. But I appreciate
that's my number.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah, my birthday is 10/10.
Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully it's the 10th one. I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah.
But
11's good too.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone joining us. If you would like to find out more about what it is that I do, I'm a coach. I'm also one of 2 worldwide experts for women's sacred rage therapy and work, along with Jacqueline Faith. You can get on sisterhoodofsacredfire.com to see what it is that we do in detail in those ways. We do have an upcoming, our 10th Women's Sacred Rage online Zoom program that is happening January 9th. It'll be a whole month long, every week, 4 weeks, 3 days a week. It's super, super high level. We do have a 4-step screen process that happens on there as well. It's pretty amazing and incredible. And I also do one-on-one sessions. These sessions are 20-minute breakthrough sessions. A 1-hour session with me is normally $200. It's now $50 just to get 20 minutes with me, which is a pretty awesome, amazing deal from if you'll see the results I've had with the other amazing people that I've had on here. So I again appreciate you guys tuning in. Please feel free to share. And I have the wonderful Teresa Morganson today. Mogensen. There's not an R in there. Looks like there's an R. Mogensen, all the way from, where'd you say you're from? Wyoming?
Casper, yes, Wyoming.
Casper, where it's what degrees, Teresa?
Like -42 with the wind chill.
What the fuck? I was like, it's so windy and cold here. And she was like, yeah, it's -42. And I was like, I nothing to complain about. I am so sorry. Holy shit. The homeless people, please God, protect the homeless people. Okay, so what are we? I'm going to set my little timer here. We may go a little bit over. I just like to set it and keep to somewhat of an outline. What would you like to talk about today?
I guess it would be the sisterhood wound.
Oh, yes. Already getting emotional just from saying the word, I can see.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
I've experienced a lot of rejection from my oldest sister throughout my life. And I thought I was okay with all that because I'm a recovered alcoholic, 11 years sober. And so like when I got sober and found the fellowship, I was like really happy, not like jealous of her anymore and accepting of the way things have been throughout our life, like it's okay if you don't like me and don't want to hang out, right? But my mom got sick with ALS several years ago in 2018, and by golly, it was like one thing after another with my sister in the rejection, and I had to like keep the peace, because my mom was dying. And so the past, like, I guess like 3 years, I've really not been around. We all live in the same town, and I've just like not been there because I'm learning that it's not okay to hurt others when I'm hurt, and I'm trying to honor that little girl that was rejected.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lash out.
Yeah.
And I have been known to lash out. Like I'm a redhead. And I definitely can lash out. And that's the person I used to be. And I don't want to be that person. And so I haven't said anything or done anything because I hadn't had the appropriate words to say that wouldn't be hurtful in return. And it was like the beginning of October. She texted me and ended up getting me on the phone, and she asked me if I was mad at her or had offended her, and I said yes. yes, I'm mad at you. And
Yeah.
yes, you have offended me.
Yeah.
And it was so like releasing and good at the moment, right?
Mhm.
But like, I don't know, I still feel like her rejection. I still feel like she didn't hear me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so sorry,
And
Teresa. Yeah, keep going.
and like that was like 5 days before my birthday that this conversation had come out, and then like she said that she would like get back with me and talk to me some more, and then she ended up sending me a text message because she's so busy all the time, and that's not the way I wanted it to go, right? So she said some things and I said some things, and it wasn't like bad or anything, but I don't want my words to be out there for everybody to read.
Yeah, of course not.
And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's been like this good disconnect with my nieces even now. Like it's so weird. My niece had a baby shower on November 5th, and I didn't get an invitation. It like was lost in the mail, I guess. And I found out secondhand. It ended up going like with pride, you know, and without hurt feelings. But man, it's been rough. It's been 2 years almost. Well, yeah, a little over since 2 years since my mom died, and
Mm.
I miss everybody,
Yeah.
and I want to make it right.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
know she's a
well,
good person.
yeah. So it sounds like your sister's wanting to at least have conversation. She doesn't sound like a narcissist to me, which a lot of times when we have these wounds, a lot of times it's
She's
narcissists
not.
or it's narcissistic people. And I don't get that from her. I get that she actually like the fact that she even asked you, like, are you mad at me? Like, did I offend you? Means that she actually wants to have some sort of open communication, at least about it. She cares. She gives a shit. Okay, let's just put it that way. It sounds like this was kind of an informal, on kind of put on the spot type conversation that happened. So I get psychic messages, and so a lot of the stuff that I get is from my coaching experience, but it's also from like your guides. And so what I'm picking up is there needs to be an actual intentional conversation. And I would almost say that if you don't feel like there's going to be an actual, like you guys are capable of getting to a solution, which a solution means we're going to sit in front of each other. You're not going to say anything. Well, I need to say what I need to say. And then I'm going to stop and you're going to say whatever you need to say. And I'm not going to say anything. And then at the end, we're going to kind of come together and say, okay, I hear you saying this. And you're going to say, I hear you saying this. What can we do to try to fix this? And there's some an action plan that goes along with trying to repair the relationship. So if you're not able to do that on your own, I'm getting the message that a third party mediator would be really fucking helpful. Whether that means a fucking therapist, whether that means somebody you guys both trust that you know is can be Switzerland in the middle of that and help facilitate that knows you very well. It's one or the two, but I'm really getting the message that it would be very helpful for you to have a third party mediator of some sort. I do that, not trying to plug myself, but I've done it. It's not something I advertise, but I have done that. So if you want to do that, you can talk to me about it as well. But finding somebody that does that might be really helpful. Do you think she'd be open to something like that?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Because what I'm picking up from her is one of the reasons why you still feel rejected and why you still feel like she didn't hear you is because I'm literally seeing her energy and she doesn't know how to fix it. She doesn't really
She
understand.
wants to fix it, and
Yeah.
I actually told her, she's like, "I don't know what to do to fix it." And I said, "I don't know if it needs to be fixed or what."
Okay,
'Cause she's
so
a
right
fixer.
there, this is not your fault either, by the way. Okay, this is why a third party person is really important. So that so when you guys are like, I don't know what to do, the third party can say, okay, well, I know what to do. So let's try to like figure that out, right? But one of the things that needs to happen in figuring out the way to figure out what to do is by allowing both of you to say all the things you need to fucking say. that needs to get out. It needs to be felt by the other person. It needs the anger, the sadness, the pain, the shame, all this, it all needs to come out. Yeah. As you're getting body confirmation from that, obviously. So,
Yeah.
and I feel
I
like
haven't
she
cried
wants,
like this in so long.
yeah. Yeah. And I feel like she wants the same thing. So the fact that you literally followed up with exactly what I said is just more confirmation that she's like, I want to fix this, but then you tell me that you don't know what to do to fix it, or if it even needs to be fixed. So how do I, how do I function? So now she kind of slips back into other behaviors that are just who she is as her own survival instincts, because I'm picking up that mom passing has had a wall put up for her as well. When did this start? When did the sisterhood like unraveling start for you guys?
When did I start noticing?
Yeah, when did she start
like,
rejecting you, and really like the sisterhood wounds start with her?
oh, all my life.
Okay, so she's been this way so for like since you can always remember, or there was something that happened, or she changed, or something happened to her or you or family?
All my life I have been trying to catch up to her, trying to be accepted by her, and just to even be invited to hang out,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then we did like somewhat when I was drinking, you know, but after I quit drinking, like everything stopped. I don't get invited anywhere.
Because everybody else still drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you feel like that? Okay, so I don't even need to ask this question. I already know the answer. There's a couple of things that are happening in that. First of all, your sister actually is a person that one of the reasons why she's acting the way she is because she cares too much. So she's actually, there's like three different things happening. So there's the thing of like, it was a lot of responsibility to try to think about. I mean, there's the whole sister thing of the younger sister of like, I'm the older sister and I want my younger sister hanging out with me. There's like that kind of stuff happening, right? Which is kind of normal for kids, whatever, right? But then I'm picking up, there was this responsibility of like, wow, Teresa like worships me. Teresa, I can feel that. And there's this responsibility of that, of like taking care of you and making sure and like holding up her fucking crown of some sort because you did think so highly of her. So there's that happening. I get there's some jealousy. There's some jealousy going on with the fact of what would happen, Teresa, when you were drinking and social? Like, did people flock to you? Were you kind of the life of the party? Were you like, what was your role?
Well, I let loose and yeah, I was the life of the party, rock star, like to listen to loud music and, you know, party, get it on.
So like, was there a difference in the energy of how people responded to you than they did her?
Oh yeah, we're completely different.
Okay. So did you have more of the attention than she did?
I think it would be like different attention.
Okay, for her, it's you got more attention. So there's a little bit of jealousy happening there of her own.
Because I'm the baby.
Yep. So feeling a little, there's this thing that's happening with her where she also feels an upside down version of a rejection and abandonment. Rejection and abandonment makes us feel alone and separate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I've been dealing with this for a really long time, and just recently one of these people that I listened to said the rejection isn't yours. So like I gave it back to her, and then that's when she called me.
Okay, so also I would really challenge people, just going to use you as an example, really challenge people to not give it back to somebody, to ask for it go to the light or to the earth so it can be used for good, so it doesn't have to go back onto another person. We don't want it to keep recycling. We want it to actually fucking go the fuck away off both of you, so you can actually have some healing, right? I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you didn't know. So just from now on, don't send shit back to people. It's important.
Right. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Because you don't want that thing that already came to you go back at her, and then she just keeps repeating, right? Because it's already in her again.
Right.
So, and I'm not saying that again is your fault. I'm just saying that that's just something people have been told to do, which I understand. Go back to where this came from, but we want it to be gone from both of you so you can heal and actually have something new, some new energy to work from. So yeah, so there's some of that. It's not huge, but there's still some of that there, some jealousy issues. So you being the baby is also, at one point you came into the world and she was no longer the baby. So there's this, childhood thing I'm picking up also that's happening. Then the not drinking thing. So do they drink a lot? Is drinking a big thing in your family?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I learned how to drink, was them.
Yeah, my family
trying to fit in.
Yeah. My family were big drinkers. So when you have somebody who's no longer drinking, there's a couple things happening. First of all, you're now a mirror to other people. So when somebody's not drinking, that used to drink, that doesn't anymore, the parts of them that also don't want to drink anymore, the parts of them that don't feel like they could do this brave fucking thing you're doing, now gets mirrored back to them. So subconsciously, a lot of times people get really uncomfortable with people who don't drink when drinking is a factor. So now there's this, you're not drinking, I'm drinking, should I not be, you know what I'm saying? Like there's thinking involved. People don't drink they drink to not think. And now there's this thinking element involved with this person who now has done this thing that they secretly want to do. And they can't, or don't want to, or they don't want to do the whole, giving up what that involves in when it comes to that environment. So there's that habit. So there's all these different elements that are happening along with this reason as to why you're being rejected and abandoned that are not good enough reasons, by the way, just putting it out there. Like none of these are good enough reasons. It's just not. So yeah. And I'm just picking up that this is going to get resolved once you're able to get into a room with an intentional conversation. That's like, hey, can we meet on this day at this time? What does your schedule look like? Let's sit down. Let's actually talk about these things. I know you asked me how to fix it. I think part of the way to do that is to have some more communication about it so we both can talk about what we need to. I think she's going to be open to that. You can try the conversation without a mediator first. But I think
I think I'm going to invite my other sister.
Okay, she could be Switzerland?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good, perfect. I feel like she's kind of more my energy. Is that right?
What are you?
So I mean, just meaning like she seems like she can like be very like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. Like she feels
she's a teacher.
Okay. So yeah, very almost business-like is how I picture. I'm not business-like, but in this capacity I am, right? You only knew. Yeah, so but yeah, the ability to just kind of put a hat on and just kind of be neutral energy, I guess it would be the word for it. So yeah, so that's my suggestion. I am going to ask you also, like, obviously, what I do for a living, like as a whole, what anger work have you done around this?
Well, I don't know how much actually that I've done. I've been pissed off my whole fucking life.
Okay.
I have went to jail for putting my cigarette out and smashing my ex-husband's face in. Had to go to anger management for that, and the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. We work with anger. Like, I know what anger is.
Yep.
And I'm trying to deal with that appropriately and not like lash out, because the way I've been in my life, I've been explosive. Like, and that doesn't work. It's not fucking working.
No, it doesn't. And one of the reasons it doesn't work, and that's my go-to, that's my high, that's my drug, is fucking
yes.
It's a high, it's a drug. When it's out of balance, especially when it's not righteous, when it's just dragon fire is what I call it. You just open your mouth and fucking fire comes out. Whatever's there is gonna burn to fucking crisp. Sorry, not sorry, get the fuck out of my way. And so it's misplaced a lot of times, because again, Anger is a secondary emotion. So it's actually firing off at people that they just barely touch any of the pain, shame, blame, sadness, guilt, loss of the shit that's underneath there. You know, anger is meant for protection. It's meant for creation. It's also meant for destruction. And when it's not alchemized and it's out of balance, it's only destruction. It's not creating anything, and it's only fucking doing fake protection of keeping you away from anybody from touching these things down here behind it. So when you actually do some actual anger work, what happens is that anger, out of balance anger, alchemizes into sacred rage, righteous anger. And now you're able to think before you speak. You have all this space to be able to see, oh, I'm not going to respond from my pain anymore. I'm going to respond from actual thinking first. And you're able to breathe through the emotions, and there's all the space. But in order to alchemize that, you have to be able to get somewhere with someone, be witnessed. It is very important to be witnessed. It's not something you should do on your own. One or more people, preferably 3 or more people, to be honest. 3 or more women is also like, you know, I don't know, the Trinity, think of the Trinity maybe, but it's really powerful. And sit down in front of somebody, write out all the reasons why you're fucking mad, read it in front of each other, and then fucking scream out your fucking faces and get it out and be able to say all the things. I'm mad because this, I'm mad because that, I'm angry because this. Sometimes you have 2 pages, sometimes you have 20 pages. It doesn't matter. But a space where you can actually fucking say why you're mad and be held in a space where nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to give a fuck. They're literally there just to witness you. And then each one of you do it. One, you know, if it's 2. And then 1, 2, 3, we're going to scream our faces off until the shit comes all the way the fuck out. So obviously my suggestion is to take my program. That's where you're going to get the most help. That's where you're going to get the most clearing. That's where you're going to come in one person, leave another, and this shit's going to be fucking gone. The level of anger you come in with into our programs is not fucking there anymore. It's not something that we tried for. It's not something that we were marketing. It just fucking happened. So now it continues to fucking happen. So that, or a one-on-one session, or working with me on a weekly basis, something would be helpful for you. But I feel like, I don't even feel like ongoing is even needed. I feel like you need to just scream your fucking face off. So yeah, it would be really helpful for you to, if it's not with me, to find a way to do that and allow yourself to just be fucking mad and to hate your sister and hate your mom for leaving and fucking be pissed off at yourself. And let all the fucking emotions come out that are entitled, that are wanting to come out, and honor the fuck out of them and let it go. Did you see the screaming session with Sam recently? Yeah. You need to do that.
I felt like puking.
Yeah. Okay. So you were the one that said that. I thought that was you. Yes. So when you're having a visceral, physical reaction to watching somebody else scream their face off and know that they're screaming out their pain and their anger and releasing it, means you need to fucking do it. So I would suggest that you do that. If you're able to afford my prices, they're $500 for a 2-hour plus session right now. They're going up to $1,000 in January. So because there's so much results that are coming from this. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If anybody else is interested, let me know. But you need to find a way to do somewhat of that process on your own, babe. You need to get it the fuck out of your body. It needs to come up and it needs to come out. And you probably will fucking puke. You see it in the actual full-length video. It's on my wall. Sam pukes. She pukes in that. She full on fucking is like, oh, I think I'm going to throw up. But I was like, good, get it out. It's fucking physically needs to come out of your body. We've seen multiple women puke. Because it needs to come out. It's poison. It literally, if you keep this shit inside, it will turn to fucking illness. Do you know that one of the leading causes of stomach cancer is fucking anger? We hold anger in our fucking liver. Do you know what your liver does? It's a filtration system for your whole fucking body. So if your whole body's being filtrated through anger, what's going to happen? You're going to get ill as shit. This is not anything to fuck around with. People spend their money on all kinds of bullshit things. Find a way to save. Find a way to figure it out, get your fucking shit out, figure out a way to do it, however it means. Do it. It's so important. So important.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I know you're feeling the yes of that as I'm saying it. Your body's like, yes, please. I just want to fucking scream my face off, please. I just want to come out. I want to party with everybody else. Yeah. And so then what happens is then it becomes, again, righteous anger. So then when somebody does piss you off or get angry or upset, there's this feeling of justice that is behind that, instead of oh, fuck, why did I do that? Or I have to stay away from you entirely because I may dragon fire your face off and I don't want to feel bad about that later. Whereas now when the dragon fire comes out, it's because you intentionally call upon it to fucking come out, and whatever it burns deserved it. Whatever it burns is burnt down for destruction to create, not just for destruction. There's a difference. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. By the way, everyone, this is Teresa's very first Zoom ever in her entire life.
Hi.
Just want to say that her very
Holy
first Zoom
shit.
ever. Yeah, her very first Zoom is coming online to literally be vulnerable and raw about her fucking sisterhood wound. Like, who fucking does that? I'm just like, I'm so impressed with you. So I love you. I'm glad we're connected.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so amazing. Absolutely incredible. I fucking believe in you. Keep going. Don't give up. Keep finding ways to heal. Walk through this shit, step into the fire, step into the darkness. That's where you find all your light, all your in your dark feminine. She's the badass. She's the one that's going to carry you out of stuff. Okay. Your anger is not bad, Teresa. It's misdirected and it's pain.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get it out. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening. Teresa, don't go anywhere. Join me for the next session, which I believe is going to be, is today Thursday, possibly tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know. All right. See you guys later.